Hello everyone, it is me Vegeta T23 and welcome back to my new What If. Today we're talking about what if Vegeta was born with Divine Ki. Before I start, I'd like to mention that I created a Discord server for you to join. The link is in the description of this video, so if you'd like to join in and talk to me and the rest of my fans, it's there. I'd also like to mention that I created an Instagram so you can survey my very uninteresting life. I mainly post Osu stuff. Now back to the video. In the last part, we discussed the return of our Z fighters back home and Vegeta's marriage, which comically made Goku family to Vegeta in a way. After a whole year and a half, they had a child named Trunks, and also King Cold arrived to avenge his son, but future Trunks came in clutch and saved the day. He also introduced himself in his entirety right away, knowing that his younger self is right in front of him, alive. He gave Goku meds and told everyone of the androids. After 3 years, they battle the initial two and win. They then find the lab and Bulma reprograms them all. Not long after, Cell and the Mossy Time Machine are found. With the recap out of the way, let's continue the what if. Vegeta and Nappa are found in a pickle as the two don't know what else to do with Cell. Cell then begins talking, saying how this magic trick will make them stand in shock of how good it is. His aura changes from normal Super Saiyan aura to Rose aura, shocking Vegeta and even more so Nappa. This made Cell all much more intimidating and powerful, since he's using divine energy to combat another Divine Ki user as his normal pal. Cell then continued on to mop the floor with them before getting back to his senses and asking for the androids. Trunks doesn't let Cell near them. They go back to Capsule Corp after Cell left to search and tells Bulma to hide the android somewhere. 18 says she will take care of herself, getting out and dipping out of there almost immediately, getting excused from work as well, and Bulma then contacts 16 through a radio, saying he needs a new objective, and that is to protect and hide 17 and 18 as well as himself. He gets the intel and gets straight to it, while Cell is visiting many places and just sucking the life out of people. Vegeta, once he made sure the androids are safe, begins to wonder on how did he know that Cell is planning to kill them for his own power-up. He pays little attention to it and decides that they should all train. Nappa and Trunks agree. They go visit Goku, who is fighting for himself, sweating bullets and holding on the best he can from the heart virus. Piccolo visits, seeing them all there, and tells them to go to the lookout with him. Not long after, Krillin arrives too, saying how him and Piccolo are gonna train in a time chamber just like how Goku did as a child. Vegeta's interest peaked and asked to skip the trivia. Piccolo explains how 1 year in there is 1 day here, and Vegeta is stoked about it and takes Nappa and Trunks. Bulma and Yamcha in that meantime go back to the lab to look for clues. What they didn't know is that another Cell embryo was standing in front of them, simply because Cell used Divine Ki. Totally confused, they take it and go do research at Capsule Corp without destroying it. At the lookout, Piccolo decided to train with Nappa, considering they have some things in common, but even though both Trunks and Vegeta wanted to train with Nappa, Vegeta had to train Trunks so he can defeat the androids in his time. So they go in the chamber first. Inside, Vegeta pushes his boundaries into evolution, trains heavily with his son, and teaches his son on how to use creation energy to turn into Rose. Pride Fits are also still there. Once they're out, Piccolo and Nappa get in. They mostly train with brute force, but it doesn't take much for Nappa to realize that Piccolo is meditating. So he begins doing so in Super Saiyan in hopes of being able to transform much quicker, but that made him even more powerful as he fully mastered Super Saiyan without even realizing it. Piccolo was surprised to say the least. They get out and Nappa tells Vegeta of his training. Vegeta sees how Nappa is in a Super Saiyan all happy and shit and figures he's a dumbass for not figuring it out sooner. So he grabs Trunks again and goes balls deep into the time chamber. Back inside, Vegeta begins to brute force it all by staying in his Rose form for as long as he can, same with Trunks. They get to the point of mastering the form and then try going further beyond. They get pretty close though. Exiting, they see Goku with Gohan waiting their turn in a chamber. Vegeta says hi to Goku and Trunks breaks down, hugging Gohan. Gohan is confused, but nonetheless returns the hug. Back to training, Goku calls for Gohan to go in with him, as they do. In the chamber, the events evolve pretty much the same as Vegeta and Trunks, so more or less canon setup. Exiting, they also have a power boost. Piccolo went to fight Cell, who became semi-perfect, however he absorbed 18 first. Piccolo did fuse with Kami though, so he could have passed a lot worse. Having that out of the way, Vegeta then goes to fight Cell. Vegeta arrived to the location and sees that Cell evolved into a higher state, seeing him much more powerful. Cell rushed Vegeta and made a dent on him. Actually quite a big dent in fact too. Vegeta went down like a damn fly. Vegeta then transforms into Super Saiyan Rose evolution and then rushes Cell again, and they seem to be on par now. Both Cell and Vegeta are at their max, however Vegeta is losing energy fast and is trying to finish it with schemes to throw Cell off. Calming his power like Goku would usually do, he focuses on a battle. He outpaces Cell, but Cell has a plan. Seeing 17 down on the ground, covered by Goku, Trunks, and Gohan, which came there to help out, get him out of there so that Vegeta can finish Cell. Cell then performs a Taiyo-Ken, blinding everyone but 16. 16 just get punched through with hardly any effort, and Cell takes 17 and absorbs it, getting a massive power boost out of it and becoming perfect. Cell then goes to all the present Z fighters and beats them up, one by one, and then dipping out of there. Trunks manages to get out of it, mostly on skates, so he takes Goku, Gohan, and his father back to the lookout, telling them all they were beaten by now much more powerful Cell. Vegeta wakes up and is given a sensu right away while he's conscious. Getting to his senses, he's told to heal the others, and he proceeds to do so, getting him back to full power. We then see Bulma flying up to the lookout with a broadcasting device. The squad sees Cell announcing the Cell Games, which will take place in 14 days. Vegeta has no other choice but to train. However, his time limit in the time chamber has been voided for going in twice already. Goku says they need another Guardian of Earth to take Kami's place. Piccolo soon arrives too and tells them how they need to go to Namek. He is healed by Vegeta, and then Vegeta says that he'll go to Namek on his own, flying off the planet. On Namek, Vegeta is recognized and seen as a savior. Knowing what he's up against, they don't really bicker about the new Guardian, so they appoint Dende. Vegeta then takes Dende, creates a key pocket, and flies back as fast as he can yet again. On Earth, Dende restores the Dragon Balls and quickly adjusts the time chamber to have one more go for all of them. With 12 days remaining, they can train up to 2 years in a single stay. So Trunks and Vegeta make full use of it, seeing that they're only ones that actually can make a dent on Perfect Cell, so once again, they enter. Inside, Trunks works on perfecting the Rose form and surpassing it, while Vegeta works on the energy control, so both are doing the best they can to make the fight go as smoothly as fast as it can get. After 2 years, they exit and see that they're all good with the time having been 2.5 days, given the fact that Dende didn't really equalize the time chamber properly, so it's been a little bit longer. Nonetheless, they're ready for Cell, and they all do the last bit of training they need outside of the chamber. In the remaining time, Goku and Gohan were taught God Ki, as they weren't really born with creation energy, so they achieved Super Saiyan God in no time. The day of the Cell Games has arrived, and Vegeta starts walking towards Cell, as Cell smiles and looks at Vegeta, watching his every move. Vegeta tells Cell to do a countdown, so Cell does. On the count of 0 mark, Vegeta is right behind Cell in his base form and pokes him on the back of his head, startling Cell. Vegeta isn't prideful, he isn't offensive or anything. He just stands there, smiling and telling Cell that he's heavily outmatched at this point. Cell looks in awe as Vegeta just smiles back happily. Cell tries punching him, but Vegeta just uses after image and appears on a pillar of the arena, asking Cell if he got the point. Cell is annoyed, very much so, but keeps his composure. Cell then attacks again in full power, but Vegeta just channels a mystifying aura in his fist, shooting it into Cell's gut, making him spit out both 17 and 18. Krillin goes to help 18 and 16 goes to help 17, even though he is damaged from the previous battle. Cell is now cornered by Trunks. saying that now that he's heavily outmatched, he will defeat him here and in the future. Cell then prepares for the worst as he is blasted until nothing remained. He then flies away. Goku follows him to Capsule Corp, only for him to see that Trunks blasted the Cell embryo to nothing. Trunks then calms down, knowing Cell in his timeline is super weak in comparison to here, so he can stay here until he has to deal with the androids in the future. Skipping forward after the battle, Trunks is saying goodbye to his friends and family, telling Nappa he was the best friend anyone could ask for in the future, thanking Gohan for saving his ass countless times in the future, and thanking Vegeta for existing and being his father. With that, Trunks departs back to the future, where he disposes of every android under the fucking sun. And with that, we're leaving things be for now. Thank you for watching. If you believe my music taste is awful, then click dislike, but if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below, and as always, peace out.